Learn English with Taylor Swift and Ellen. This is a show between. This is a show, an Ellen show, and she usually invited celebrities to join the show, talking to them, and the way Ellen lead the show is that she is very funny, very intense, very smart, and help people to engage in the show. So during the conversation, they were talking about Taylor Swift threat. Taylor Swift's fear. One of them is the sea urchin, and the other one is to be addressed. So let's dive into the clip and learn. Don't even sea urchins. Don't even. This is short for don't even get me started about something, or don't even go there. Don't even in American English, this is a common way to tell someone not to start talking about something. Are you sure you don't want to go? I'm sure your ex-boyfriend would have wanted to go. Hey, don't even get me started. Pay attention to how Americans pronounce this. We don't say don't even, we say don't even, sea urchins. When a word or syllable ends in NT in American English, it is common to just pronounce the N. If the next word begins with a vowel, then they usually link together. I can, I can, I can do that. I wouldn't argue with him about it. I wouldn't argue with him about it. In a, international, and international. I think international. In these words, we do pronounce the T because it begins the syllable container, pantry, entertainment. So international, yes, correct. Container, pantry, entertainment. Now come on, I can't wait. If you know what sea urchins were, you would be terrified. They're just these, they're on rocks and they are spiny looking there. Spiny looking. Spiny looking, the word spine generally means the structure of bones that stands along the back of an animal. In this case, spine refers to the hard, pointed projection that covers the body of the sea urchins. Now, spiny is an adjective for something that has the qualities of a spine or that is covered with spines. This is a good example of the suffix y, which is used to easily make nouns into adjectives and even create new ones. For example, you can say that something that has the characteristic of cream is creamy, or something that makes a lot of noise is noisy. To say that something is spiny looking means that it appears to be spiny. You can clearly see how spiny it is by looking at it. For example, we could say that a person funny looking when they look funny. And finally, Ellen probably wanted to finish that sentence with a word such as thing, completing the expression spiny looking thing. And the poor things are just minding their own business. A phrase used to denote some sympathy for someone, usually in bad moments for that person. To mind your own business. To mind is a verb that means to be concerned, annoyed, or worried about something. When you tell someone to mind their own business, you are telling them in a rude way that you do not want them to ask about something private. What are you doing over there? It doesn't concern you. Mind your own business. No, they're not. They're not. That's the thing. That's the thing. This is a phrase that we use to introduce an opinion which shows disagreement or some kind of counter argument from what the other speaker said. You are identifying some kind of issue or problem or reason why something can't happen or be true. Hey, why don't you come to the party tonight? It'd be fun and you'll meet lots of people. Well, that's the thing. I don't really like crowds and loud music. I prefer to meet people somewhere else. They're like a grenade. A grenade, a small bomb thrown by hand or launched mechanically. They are just sitting there waiting to completely injure you to the point where to be in a seated position, for example, sitting in a chair. In this case, it just means that the person or thing is waiting without any purpose, not moving. I found this book sitting on my desk. He got injured in a bike accident. You can see sea urchins right there, and then you step on one. An active movement of putting one leg in front of the other in walking or running. Later in the scene, we see another definition of this word. It can also mean one measure or action of a series. Oh, now you have gone one step beyond. This says the first step is to connect these two pieces. The second step is to screw them together. And then it has barbs and it goes into whatever it touches. Another way of referring to the spines of an animal. And then you have to go to the emergency room and it has to be surgically removed. Emergency room ER, the department of area of an hospital that provides immediate treatment for urgent health issues. A surgery is a type of medical operation, especially one involving the removal or replacement of a diseased organ or tissue, surgically removed. If something has to be surgically removed, that means that it has to be taken out through surgery. Trying to get it off of your foot. 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 Let me tell you something. They can puncture and injure you and cause swelling and redness. Act of making a small hole with a sharp object. Swelling is the state of being overly inflated, with more volume, bigger, and is commonly correlated with parts of the body. Redness is the quality or state of having a reddish color. It's a living thing that you will be stuck into like a knife. And a lot of people that you're not just murky water. Murky means dark and dirty, such as the water of rivers in large cities. Okay, let's talk about another irrational fear of yours. A fear that you can't find a logical reason to have and that tends to be somewhat uncontrollable. Almost everyone has an irrational fear too of spiders, for example, or your annual dental checkup. For most people, these fears are a minor issue, but when fears become so severe that they cause tremendous anxiety and interfere with your normal life, they are also called phobias. You're scared of getting arrested, scared of getting framed. To be framed, to make someone seem guilty or responsible for a crime they are not, for example, by lying to the police or by producing false evidence. They could frame you for any crime that you could go to jail for. Jail are generally for minor crimes with short sentences, while prisons are for more severe crimes with longer sentences. Look at me, look at them, look at me. I wouldn't survive in jail. I could look at my phone and see any headline written about me at any time, and it could be like, and so I think the dream and the nightmare of being framed comes from like I could literally, a nightmare is a bad, terrifying dream. However, this word is also commonly used to describe a real life situation that is very difficult to deal with. This project, the process assigned us is a nightmare. But then you take it a step further and in nightmare world is being framed for murder. I don't think that's a step, that's a leap. A long leap is a long or high jump in a certain direction. Here Alan uses it figuratively to say that it is difficult to logically justify what Taylor is saying. James leaped over the creek that was blocking the jail. Sure, he's a bad president, but it's a leap to claim that he is actually a criminal. But anyway, I think you are fine, and I think you will even have fans in prison. So rest assured to be certain that something will happen. In this case, it's used as an isolated expression to make someone feel safe or less worried about something. You can rest assured that you are getting the best price. Okay, that's it.